All right. Hey, guys. Welcome back. Hang on just a second. I'm looking for the deck that I want. There we go. All right. So we are going to do another specific message here. This, they're always a little bit odd, but that's what makes them fun, at least for me as a storyteller. But there's this image of a tree branch, like a little tiny one that was very twisted and curved, and it, when you see those thin little branches, and it almost reminds you of either like a magic wand or the kind of like, I don't know what they're called, but the things that conductors use when they're conducting the orchestra. I'm sure that has a name. I can't think of what it is. So I don't know if somebody literally has, maybe they collect things like that. I'm the type of person, if I go hiking and I find a good stick, yes, I may want to carry around a walking stick. I don't need one. I just like certain nice pieces of wood because they're pretty. But perhaps it's something along those lines, or perhaps somebody actually does have a magic wand. Perhaps somebody does have, or I'm picturing even somebody who like collects something and decorates with it, like decides that they're going to do some rustic, vibe somewhere in their house, maybe around a picture frame or over their bed or something. But it feels very like somebody who's very into the natural world. But specifically, there is either something that they say is a magic wand. This is not a euphemism. I'm literally picturing like a piece of bark, wood, little squiggly kind of branch. We'll just say tree branch. So we start out with go after your goals. Okay, magic wand maybe is a good way to look at this. Hi, everybody. Great to see you all. Go after your goals. Persist in courage and adventure. If we've got someone who maybe they're thinking that I'm going to need a bit of magic to make this thing happen. Maybe that's what it is. Or maybe somebody's got like a fairy godmother, more or less, is going to be coming in to give them some kind of assistance. Inspiration of swords. And we actually have writing instruments, writing instruments here. We've got a pen and we've got a pencil. Maybe I should look at it like that. Maybe somebody actually has a pen or a pencil that is in the, shape of like a magic wand or something. But words can certainly be things that, open doors, having the right kind of conversation with the right person at the right time. You go to a job interview and you find the right words to say. You wrote out a really great resume. Those kinds of things can open doors. But this is somebody who normally would be spying, would be gathering information, would be collecting information. But on this card, we actually see someone who is more or less letting their guides help them right now. So maybe there is like waving a magic wand. I need more inspiration. Guides, go out into the world and bring me back the information that I need to have right now so that I know how to proceed, so that I know how to get to my goals. It feels like somebody has called upon, the energies of the universe, the energies of their guides. Maybe somebody has like literally been, connecting to or sending out prayers, whatever that means for them, to their guides. Be like, all right, universe, show me what I need to see. Show me what would help me to move forward in my life. There's this thing I really want. Show me, what do I need to know about it? What do I need to think about? Six of Wands. I'm not saying somebody's big goal is to just become famous, but they very well could be. We have a Six of Wands and we got the paparazzi all over this. So we got the pap running around, snapping those photos. Somebody who wants to be more successful. Hang on. If this is them asking for help from their fairy godmother, wave a magic wand and let me know what I need to know. Guides, help me on this one. I got to get another card because this is the next chapter of this is that Six of Wands. I want the success. I want the success. Nine of Swords sideways. Somebody's got a lot of stress about this. They may have some sleepless nights about this because they're trying to puzzle out, how do I get here? How do I advance? How do I pursue this goal? Can I ask, what is the goal? Is it to be famous? Is it to be, we have Three of Cups. It might be a couple things. It might be, I'd like to have, companionship, happiness. I might want to reconnect with somebody. This can be a card of happy reunion. I'd like to sit down and have a truthful conversation with somebody. universe, how do I get there? But it could also be, I want to rub elbows with the people that can advance my career. I want to be, you know, this person. I want to be famous. I want to be rich. I mean, it could be lots of different things, but we definitely see it has to do with truth, though. I want to sit down and want to have truthful conversations, whether this is business meeting or whether this is romance. I'm not sure which yet. We have the sun. They want to be really happy. So they know exactly, this is a character who knows exactly what their destination is, but they're asking the universe, help me understand, how can I wave a magic wand and make it so that this can now happen for me? Okay, it's finally, I was like, I don't even know if I should do this specific message or not. I'm like, you have to, if you think of it, so you got to go for it, because that's the way this works. This is a promise I made to myself. If I'm going to do these specific messages, it's whenever and whatever comes in that sticks in your head, you're going to do it, even if it makes not a lick of sense. With the Ace of Wands, here we go again. I always look at this like a writing instrument, or usually I look at this more like a like an oil pastel. There is something here about what I want to write, what I want to say, a creative spark. Now, this can also be about passion. Okay, now we could say we're talking about the magic wand with the double entendre, right? Because it can be very phallic symbol. This could be, and we start out with the energy of a divine masculine. I wasn't thinking at all yet about genders with this specific message, but now let's lean toward it being a divine masculine who is trying to figure out, how can I make something happen? I want this. I'm passionate about this. I want I want truth. I want honesty. I want to sit down. I don't know. It's like somebody wants to have Sunday brunch with somebody that they care about. But there's also this element. I don't know what this is about the fame part of it. We can't escape that. We have photos being taken. So I'm thinking that either somebody is, and maybe this is a famous person who wants a simpler life. And to be famous, keep in mind, people can be famous in their own town, right? You can be in a town of 500 people, but everybody who knows you, they see everything that you do. It's a small town. You're the person who, every year has the best, like the biggest pumpkin at the Harvest Festival. And everybody knows that. That's your claim to fame. You're famous for that. You go into town and people scrutinize and watch you. I'm just saying that fame doesn't have to be, paparazzi doesn't have to be like, oh, only the, whatever, the people whose names are household names and the world knows them. This could be at a smaller scale. So I just want to clarify that. I don't know if that's a help or hindrance to this person. The fact that they either want to be more well-known, or maybe they want to be with a person who's more well-known, maybe the object of their desire. Maybe this masculine wants to be with somebody, and I would say reconnect to somebody because of that Three of Cups, but that person could have become famous, or that person is like somehow harder for them to get to at this point. I could look at it that way. We need a new beginning here with the Ace of Pentacles, but then we also have the High Priestess. I don't know if somebody likes spas, goes to spas, works in spas. Water is here, obviously. Maybe somebody who likes water features, likes everything from soaking, bathing, mineral springs, natural lakes, rivers, I don't get oceans here, though, at all. It would all be more safe, contained bodies of water. Mediterranean Sea, for example, places that are kind of like more isolated, even lagoons or something. But there's this need to start over. And there's something that's pulling at this person. Maybe this is why they're saying, all right, guides, help me out on this. How do I get to my goal? What is it that I need to find out? I feel like there's this barrier, this boundary between themselves and where they want to get to. I mean, remember, they're having these sleepless nights. They're having nightmares about all this. And it could be that it's like, I don't know how this is going to work for me. I know where my happiness is. I know where I want to be. I know that I want to talk to this person. But if they're now more famous or something, that could be really hard. If they are somebody that I want a do-over with them. Let's talk about that. Why do you need a do-over? Why do you need a brand new beginning? Why are you on the outside of what you want in the first place? Is it that this would be the first time approaching? See, I think this is a reapproach is what it looks like to me. Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is now pouring into her own little tub. So we're going to go ahead now, since we were just talking about water in these. I'm going to say, and water is synonymous with emotion, right? So I'm going to say that there is somebody, a Queen of Cups, who is exceptionally, like, usually is a very loving person, very soft, very kind, but there must have been a reason where even in her love, her soft, her kindness, she decided it's time I pour the cup into my own, environment here. So somebody that they want, this is obviously the person that they're wishing for, wanting. She is like inaccessible to them at this point, is how this looks to me. She started to pour into her own self. So I'm thinking that there was some, wow. Okay. He's definitely on the outside of her entire environment, her entire world, he's not even in the same like geographical place. He may be outside of everything of her life right now, but she is his Four of Wands. They run in two different circles, two different industries. He probably watches her through a screen more so than eyeball to eyeball. But again, he's right now, the big message here is he is wondering what magic will it take to be able to either, this could be him trying to gather more information about where she at, how's she doing, what's going on with her. I was asking, why does he need a new beginning with her? And we didn't talk about the subconscious aspect yet of the High Priestess, but now we can at least see there is a her that exists out there for him. She could be a water sign, doesn't have to be, but she is definitely, I would say these two had history. And I would say he knows that this is his person. Now she's extremely, extravagantly well dressed in this. So I'm wondering if there is an element where, again, if she's the one who maybe has risen to some place of, productivity or fame or, a place of higher influence or something in her own life, that could be another obstacle to him, like coming toward her. But he's maybe just now finding this out. He might be doing some research, trying to figure out where she's at, what's going on with her. We got to take a closer look at that High Priestess because it's shrieking at me right now. That High Priestess is the subconscious pull. Okay, so we have Three of Pentacles. There's some vibe where even if he's been on the outside of her life for a long time, there is this like need, this pull, this like, I know I'm supposed to have been with her. I know I was supposed to be a part of her world. We were supposed to be co-creating. By now, this subconscious pull. Now she's like holding out a hand and, calling like, come hither right now as well. Maybe he's picking up on her energy. Maybe she does wish that he was back in her world right now, even if she's here pouring into her own, environment. Maybe she's in a place where even if she's doing really, really well, she could really use somebody, to have her back, or she could really use a friend right now or a partner more so than ever. But he's picking up on this subconscious pull, but it could just be him saying, I belong with her. I'm supposed to be with her. I know that I am. Where is she at? I got to reach out to her. And then he finds out, oh, damn, she's in a whole new level of her life. Now, why would you not have already known this? I got to see why are you just now like spying? Why are you just now finding out? Page of Wands. It says he's just now ready to take this step, this first little step. Okay, then why did you not do this before when you already knew of her? The Devil and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So whatever toxicity he was involved in really bogged down his own life, really bogged down his ability to move toward her. It slowed everything down to like complete halt. I'm going to go ahead and ask, what was your toxicity? By the way, you notice we got a magic wand here being held by the Devil, but also two wands being held by these feminines. King of Cups, that doesn't make sense. What was your toxicity that was holding you back? Maybe it's that he knew he would have to be the King of Cups. He'd have to like be her counterpart, and he wasn't that person yet. Let me see. Give me another one. I mean, a King of Cups is an amazing match to a Queen of Cups. It's a perfect match. Wheel of Fortune. It's something about divine timing. Okay, so let me put it this way. He knew that there was a toxic component in himself. This could be any kind of addiction, any kind of toxic people. It can be any kind of anything that bogs us down, negative self-talk, fears, actual toxic, attachments and behaviors that would, wreck a good thing. Anything that we would engage in or that has a hold on us that would, destruct a really great connection. And he knew damn well what this connection needed to be, who he needed to be to match her. He needed to be a King of Cups to match a Queen of Cups. And he also knew that's what I have to aspire to be, and that's not who I am today. So it's kind of like meeting her at some point made him very much aware of who he needed to be and even wanted to be with her, but also how far away from being that person he was at that time. Okay. I still don't get it though. What was maybe I'm not going to get another answer, but let me go one more time on the Devil. Justice. Yikes. I don't know what he was messed up in. It could have been legal battles, could have been something he would literally have to, deal with, the law, mistakes he'd really made, things that he hadn't sometimes great people make mistakes and they have to pay that debt to society, Oftentimes I just look at this as like legalities of, maybe he's doing community service for unpaid, tickets or whatever. But maybe it was more than that. Maybe it was just like, I did all kinds of stuff. It was just being irresponsible. This could be, let's say somebody drinks a little too much, parties a little too much, gets into some trouble, blows it off, still hasn't, taken care of it. And then finally their court date is set. And it's like, well, guess what? You're actually on house arrest for a bit. It could be something like that where it's, just sometimes one wrong choice leads to 10 more. And then you got to clean up the entire mess. He was going to have to be out of sight for a while, though. That's one thing that always comes across to me on this card is that because of whatever problems he created in his own life, he was going to have to be gone. So he couldn't be there to be a partner to somebody. There's always that empty chair, that vacancy. And that's the other thing that was really unfair. His poor choices before he met her impacted him where it was like, I can't be a partner to the person I would most love to be a partner to because I effed up. And now I can see, God, this is a reason for me to get my life back in order. But now I got to pay the piper. I got to finally, settle those court dates. I got to quit dragging my feet. I got to quit. I just need this wrapped up now. Whatever the debts are, let me just pay them. Let me just do the time that I have to do so I can finally then pursue the relationship, the love, the situation that I want to be in, that there's no way I can give to that right now. It almost feels like somebody who was not taking care of the crap they'd done to screw up their life. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, I met the right person. I want to be different. But now I have all this mess, this gigantic hurdle that I have to take care of before I could even be there with a Queen of Cups. Okay. So this looks like maybe that makes more sense why he's on a battlefield too. This person, they got to fight their way through the problems that they created. I'm wondering though, are we at that moment? Did he get this all cleaned up? Is this Wheel of Fortune, is this our today? I mean, I don't mean literally today, March the 16th necessarily, but it's things are finally all the stuff that he had to tidy up, clean up in his life, is that all getting squared away now? We've got something to do with the electrons buzzing around. This is a busy mind. This is somebody who is, remember, he's out there looking. It almost feels like he's just finally been released, or he's about, got a court date set for his final battle. He's just about done. So now he can finally look at the future again. And he's feeling this pull. Let me go back to that one more time. High Priestess, that subconscious pull. What is that? The Empress in the reverse. Empress in the reverse would be extremely karmic energy. Very demanding, very controlling. Two of Wands. There's a choice. It's a choice to be made. And the choice has to do with the karmic energy, a repeat cycle. You know, I almost feel like Four of Pentacles sideways. Okay, this is going to feel very dramatic right now. And I even hesitate to say this because I don't believe this, but this is the message I see. There's this energy where he's kind of like building this up way too much in his mind, where it's like, I know if I can figure out how to move toward her finally after all this time, things could really work out. But honestly, if it doesn't with her, I'm probably going to end up back with a karmic, and it's just going to be, you know, like if I'm blocked out of her life, if I can't talk to her, if there's no way for me to communicate with her, if she won't have anything to do with me, I'm probably just going to end up with a horrible karmic again. I don't even know why you would set yourself up for something like that. That's like somebody surrendering their personal choice, or basically admitting to themselves, I either get to be with the person that, you know, I've tried to, you know, make my life healthier for, but if she won't have me, or if I can't reconnect with her, then you know what? I'm just going to drive myself back down into the muck and choose somebody that I know is completely wrong for me and make a bunch of bad choices. But it's, if you're sitting there saying, this is what I'm going to do, then you're very much in charge of your own bad choices, which means why would you ever try to trash your own life? Like, why, how is that making like any good choice for your own self? Like, be selfish enough to say, I'm definitely only going to make good choices for me. So the reason I said, I hate this message because it feels so stupidly dramatic. And it feels so childish, like, well, then I'm going to break my toys, you know? And it's like, knock it off. I mean, that's what I would say. Knock it off. Like, I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm such a, the mother in me comes out where I'm like, that's a bunch of nonsense. Eight of Wands. He's, all of this says he's got to take action. We got a character who's just kind of frustrated. I get it, but don't say nonsense things, character. Just don't even, well, then if I can't be with her, then I'll just choose something really extra toxic. No, to hell with that. I'm not listening to that. We're going to get our character back on track here because that's ridiculous. I get it. They're frustrated, but make better choices. Don't even have negative dialogue in your head. Don't even give yourself bad ultimatums like you're going to punish your own self. Say good thoughts to yourself, say good words to yourself, promise yourself to do good for you. This, I mean, he's already cleaned up a bunch of a mess. He wants huge success. I get it. He's thinking it would take a damn near magic wand to get his life back on track. She is a very, very big part of what he would like to have. But let's go back over here because we've got the action of trying to communicate now, right? That the Eight of Wands is coming in. Again, magic wands, crazy little magic wands. Now, in all fairness, what I saw in my mind, though, with a magic wand, how I started this, it was much more twisty, turny, but still that thin kind of like pointed, but very much more twisty and turny. Sorry, just had to clarify that. But this feels like her success somehow is keeping her a little bit out of his reach, or that's what he's thinking he's discovering. On the other hand, this actually says he may have to reach out to her multiple times. And in some ways, she could perhaps be more accessible. We got a 10 of Pentacles sideways. Okay, I do think that there's a bigger environment around her than used to be, whatever that means. Like maybe she's a business owner, and so maybe there's this way that he could approach, you know, through a business context. But if he comes in to say she runs a coffee shop, right? He comes into her coffee shop to talk to her. She's got other clients there, other customers there. She has other people to communicate with. Yes, he could be like seeing her environment seems to be really like warm, and he wants to be a part of that entire environment. I mean, this is good for him to recognize if you were trying to get back into the life of a Queen of Cups who has created her own environment, her own universe, her own, you know, friends and all of that, then just know it's not just about you wanting to be with her. It's about you needing to accept the entire environment that she now has built for herself. So you would be stepping into the entirety of what her life is. Now, again, this is all contingent upon whether or not she wants to invite you in, but they have to understand that the whole package deal is now what they would be approaching. The death card. And if they're really ready, if they've really changed some things in their own life, whatever those toxic traits were that got them into some hot water, with that Libra card, we have that justice energy. If they've really settled their problems of the past and they've turned over a new leaf so they can match her. Remember, that's what this whole thing was about. I would have to match her. I'd have to be a king of cups. And he knew that. He knew he can't bring unpaid parking tickets that into this romance. He has to be there for her. He has to be her match. He has to be emotionally available. He can't have hidden secret problems that he's not going to tell her about. He needs to have turned over a new leaf. He can't damage, especially her reputation, with making big old mistakes. This is all still seen from his perspective. I think this is all the stuff that he is realizing. This is what he's finding out as he's saying, guides, what do I need to know about her? Guides, what do I need to know? What do I need to think about? And it's like, you need to think about who she is, what you'd be walking into, and the fact that you really have to have left behind your old life and you are stepping into her world, which I'm not saying that they have to abandon like their personal identity, but the mistake part of them, the side of them that was like a rebel, or the side of them that made those mistakes, those things, they have to be beyond doing those things, because otherwise they could trash her life. This is if she even lets him back in. We haven't even gotten to that part yet, but he really wants to be a part of her world. But he has to know it's like the bouncers at the door checking you, making sure you're allowed to come to the party. And you got to know you can't come in and make a mess of her life. So have you changed enough is what I think that's what the guides are like showing him. Her entire life is pretty balanced. You have to bring something to the table and you cannot mess it up. You can't come in and make a mess in her life. Don't come to the party and never mind. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'll just say, don't pee on the rug at somebody's house party. Don't do it. You're not going to get back invited to their house again. So as long as he's not going to run amok, we're good. I feel like he's like accepting this. He's thinking about this. And I think it's like, yeah, that was my whole purpose. Like I wanted to become the King of Cups. I wanted to leave behind the messes that I've been making. I saw something better. I saw a better, like he would change a lot and has, I think, been changing a ton of his old behaviors so that he can have this other life. This actually says, as long as he can commit to that, with the Six of Cups, it's go time. Go approach her, get into her life. It's not going to take a magic wand. You were the magic wand, the bibbity bobbity boo thing that you transformed your own self into the man you needed to be for you, first off, to have a happier life, but also to bring in the best of you into her life. Because that is, as long as he can commit to that, then I think he's going to have a much easier time approaching her. Let's see. Actually, let's change decks. Universe, is he now going to be able to like either get a message to her or approach her? This is the magic wand moment. Like, has he opened up the gates? We have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is how we overcome a struggle. Doesn't mean that we can't. It actually means the divine is there to help us. Queen of Wands. Very nice. So there's a very direct approach. You notice that it's like right there. We've got this, I always look at this as more like a thunder rock, I can't think of another name for it right now other than thunder rock, but agate. There is this focal point on like, use your gut instinct, move toward her. You do know a lot about her. The blockages that he faces, he can't want to like swagger in. That's not going to be this. I don't even think she's been like waiting for the day that he comes back, this heroic, like, here I am to be your partner. There's no point in him trying to gain some huge notoriety in his own life. so that he can come in and swagger his way into her. She is somehow, again, we see her in the place of prominence now with the Queen of Wands. She has, you notice all these little lights that are kind of like behind her. This is like my Beyonce card, it's like, or the Taylor Swift with the Swifties or something, right? There's this element where whatever business, maybe she's like the best coffee shop in town. A lot of people really like her. This is, she's well respected within her group, her peer community, whatever this is. This just says use your instinct and move toward her without trying to put on, false flair or something like that. If they really care about her and really like her, just treat her well and know that, of course, she's going to have to choose you. But if there was a bond between the two of them, first off, she's probably going to really appreciate the fact that if you made messes in your life, you also cleaned them up. The Queen of Wands doesn't expect anybody to be perfect. They do expect people to, like operate with the same level of self-respect, right? We make a mistake, we own it, we fix it, we become better. That's us respecting ourselves. We're not going to be perfect. We're going to fumble, but then we hopefully say, but I want to do better for me, and I think that if this is what they've done, I think she's really going to see that and feel that. We have a King of Pentacles and we have the World. All of this says, because of what they've gone through, because of the fact that they have cleaned up their life, because of the fact that they do want to approach for the right reasons, with the right intentions, this is going to go very, very, very well. There aren't really any more obstacles or blockages. They will be able to communicate to her. And if they're just really raw and real, super honest about, I made some messes, I had to go clean them up, but now I'm stable again. Clean, I'm stable, and I want to offer you some honey. Can we start all over again? I feel like this could really, really work. This is always my, I always think of like a mariachi player or a bullfighter. This person has a lot of pride, but right now it's angled in the right direction where it's like, I'm proud of, like I completed what I needed to for myself. And now I can offer something of me to you that I can say, I have something to offer you. This is the right kind of pride. But as a side note, love his outfit. Honeycomb, honey in general could be something. I don't know if somebody sweetens their tea with honey, or maybe they do have a beehive, or maybe they're a worker bee. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be somebody who runs a business to be really proud of yourself and where you are. Like being an amazing, good worker is an incredible talent to have. Whatever your work may be, however much it pays or doesn't pay, still you doing something well, you always be proud of yourself for the things that you do, and to have that World card, I really feel like this is, we have like Atlas holding the world, or maybe we could think of it as like, Hercules having the labors that he had to go through. Like it feels like somebody had to pay their debts, but he did it. And this is the end of his journey. And now it's like he can feel more proud of himself and even able to approach her with confidence. And if that is what he's figured out, since he's asked his guides, tell me what I need to do, tell me what I need to think about to advance forward, I really feel like this is saying you're ready to advance forward. You did everything you needed to. Go forth and be who you are and offer what you wanted to offer. Now that you can do so with like a clean, open heart, and you're not bringing a mess into her world, and go and have a fresh start with her, date her, make her fall for you, fall in love with her again. Like let this now begin. Really nice, actually. You guys, thank you so much. Really good to see you. Insert name here. I see that you're commenting. Okay, I'm backtracking now. Samira, that's amazing. Yes, I did have, that was, I think it was the last time that I did one of these specific stories. It was about a Band-Aid. I always start out with whatever the image was in my head. And so I'll title the video that way at first. And then after we do the story and I see what the story was, then I'll go back and I'll retitle the video. So I'm sorry that I don't know if it said Band-Aid in the title anymore, but it was the very last specific message that I did that started out with the image of a Band-Aid. You guys are so awesome. Great to see you. Sarah J. Hi, honey. Wonderful to catch you. Hi, EM. Oh, it's my pleasure, love. Right back to you, sweetheart. T-Baby. Hi. I hear you. I think I get along great with former rebels, current rebels even. Broken Beef for Bliss. Hey, hey. Hey, Annie S. Rach is magic. Secrets don't make friends. That's so well said. Rach is magic. That is serious sage. Rach is magic. Yes. I wasn't going to say it quite as cutely as you said it. Don't make a doodle on somebody's rug. I wasn't going to say it quite like that, but yes, you're on my wavelength. Selenay, thank you, love. V. Peterson. Oh, Denisa, thank you. You angel, thank you so much. You're so incredibly generous, so frequently. Thank you, love. Bradley Bear, hey, hey. St. Patrick's Day, yes, indeed. We're coming right up to it, Anna Foyle. Oh my God, I love corned beef so much. I have like an addiction. If I get my hands on corned beef, it's like nobody else is getting any. I am the worst. I will pork out on the corned beef. It's so yummy. We should eat it so much more frequently. Hi, Nabila, Nor A. Maria, wonderful to see you also. Sunshine. Oh, Lisa, happy Sunday to you also, love. Hey, Patricia. Sorry, guys. A Wonder Tea, that's so awesome. 3 days in a row, that's wonderful. Hey, Sinette. Thank you. 01 Frequency. Shout out to you in London. Hi, Holly Light. Mon. Lisa loves camping. Oh my gosh, I bow to you, Lisa. I have discovered I'm a terrible camper. I don't like camping at all. I love the woods. I love sitting outside with a park ranger and having them tell me about things. And then I want to go to a nice, comfy, preferably yurt or hotel. I don't know what my deal is, but I'm so glad that other people are like better than me. I don't know why I'm glamping. I could probably do glamping, but shame on me. I feel ashamed of myself. Anyway, I bow to you. Violet, hey girl, you were first in the room. Great to see you. Hi, Nabila, Slay Princess, Sierra Clark, Lulu, Juliet, a baton. Thank you, Juliet. Oh my gosh, I should have looked at the comments. Yes, thank you for supplying me with the vocabulary that I'm lacking. Hi, Gianna. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to go have a little sip of tea, and then I will see you on the other channel, and we'll get to some zodiacs today, all right? You guys, thank you so much. Lots of love. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Hi, Mira. Muds my week. Hi. Wonderful to catch you. All right, guys. I'll see you again on the other one. Bye for now.